This is Sandra Sider, president of Studio Art Quilt Associates, and I am the curator for a new fiber show at Lehman College Art Gallery in New York City. And you are seeing one of the rooms of the show at this moment as we pan around. And if you would like to see the entire catalog of the show, it is at www.lehman.edu/GALLERY. We have 8 quilts or quilt-like structures in the exhibition. This piece is by Dindga McCannon, M-C-C-A-N-N-O-N, The Magwal, or A Magic Night in Senegal. It is a mixed media piece with a tremendous amount of stitching, found objects, and various sorts of reflective materials. Let's look at a close-up of some of the objects in this piece. Wonderful variety of attached objects, a great diversity of fabric and textures, and all of it really defined by her elaborate stitching, which is tight in places and loose in places, very much giving us the feel of a quilt. The title of this quilt is Mecklenburg County, North Carolina. It is by Michael Cummings and is a tribute to the artist Romar Bearden, one of Cummings' mentors. The quilt depicts sharecroppers from North Carolina, and we should note that Mecklenburg County was the home county for Romar Bearden. And here is a detail from Cummings' quilt. The artist for this quilt is Catherine Knauer. The title is Flying Goose. The title references, as you can see, the traditional American quilt pattern, Flying Geese, but the pink triangles are also a reference to the insignia that the Nazis in Germany forced homosexuals to wear. We might also note that Gänsel in Yiddish means little goose, and that was the term for homosexuals. Catherine Knauer often works with humor and popular culture in her quilts. Here you can see the imagery of this fabric happens to be condoms. This quilt by Ai Kajima, a Brooklyn artist, is titled simply Hello. It's a monumental presentation of humorous imagery, comic figures, found imagery, created icons, and is created by fusing and machine quilting. Ludmila Uspinskaya has 2 pieces in the show. On the left, you see her quilt Recharge, and on the right, Hot and Sunny. Both quilts are created via hand painting, wax resist, and extensive applique and aggressive machine quilting. Here we see a detail from Hot and Sunny. John Sims' patchwork quilt is titled Seeing Pi, as in P-I, the mathematical term. It was quilted by Amish quilt makers, and the concept here is that every square, every color represents a number, beginning in the center with 3 and then spiraling out with the infinite extension of pi. This quilt by Arlie Sklar Weinstein is titled Mott Street Opera, referring to New York City's Chinatown. The surface is created with digital photo transfers with imagery heavily manipulated by Sklar Weinstein in her studio. And here is close-up of some of this imagery. This last quilt is by Patricia Millar-Scher. The title is Cloth of Honor, using her signature mylar. And at this point, you probably have realized there are actually 9 quilts in the show, not 8. We have 8 artists who worked in quilt mode. And if we zoom in a little bit, we can see the very reflective nature of these mylar panels. This is a very ceremonial piece, referring to ceremony and ritual. The exhibition, New York Fiber in the 21st Century, opened on February 2nd and will be up until May 12th at the Lehman College Art Gallery in New York.